Hi, Tanya Barons here with Windermere Real Estate. I'm with Emily from Esme and Elodie. We are going to do a video interview for you guys. I'm super excited about this. Thank you for scheduling time with me. I've been wanting to interview you for, 6-7 months, so I'm glad we finally got on the calendar. I absolutely love your social media. Your reels are hilarious, so I can't wait to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah. So we opened in 2017, and that was an online boutique only.
Okay.
And a part of it just stemmed from like being this like weird in between, like plus size, women's size. I call them like in betweeners now.
Okay.
You know, where you're like not quite a large, not quite a 1X. You're just like in between. And it just made clothing shopping really, really difficult. And so I got tired of looking for clothing like in person because locally around here, there were like no great options. Mm-hmm. And then just decided to start my own online boutique.
Okay.
And then once the pandemic happened, I was kind of looking for something more. Like I was tired of being on the computer. I was tired of like feeling isolated, even though I had like a group of like shoppers. Mm-hmm. I just really wanted something more. I actually came downtown to try Boon Boona for the first time.
Yes.
And I parked down that way and I walked past the store and saw the for lease sign. And I was just like, that's it. Like, there it is. Like, that is the direction that I'm going. Like, that is what I'm leaning into. So, it's been cool.
Great. When was that?
That was about a year and a half ago.
Okay. So were you concerned, COVID and stuff like that, about just jumping in, or were you just feeling like time's ready, I'm going to just go for it and see what happens?
Yeah, you know, like I feel like it was the opposite of what most people are doing, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we just went through like 2 years of like total shit and everybody shopped online. Mm-hmm. Like everybody started an online boutique. And so for me, like my instincts are always like do the opposite, mm-hmm. right? Like everybody was shopping online, me included, but like I was getting frustrated shopping online, mm-hmm. like returning things, fabric not feeling the same, it not being the right size, it being cut smaller, like not knowing the measurements. Like I was having those frustrations. And so a part of me is like, there is something that is lost when it comes to shopping. And it's that like feeling, trying on, seeing, like having the whole like experience that yes. I was just like, you need to do the opposite sometimes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like if everyone is doing something one way, like going the opposite direction, you will find your people that way as well.
Absolutely. So you have tons of color in here. So kind of what is your style take, and is it based on what you love the most? Is it based on feedback from your customers? I'm assuming it's obviously a blend, but what made you, I guess, pick, what do we say? I'm not a fashion designer, right? So is this like boho? Is that what we like to call it?
Yeah, I think it's like a little bit of boho. I think it definitely has a lot of color in it. My whole thing is when I was going to boutiques with friends and traveling and seeing all these other places, is like everything was beige, everything was black, everything was gray. And like, there is a time and place for that, but like that is not what makes me happy. It's not what like drives my dressing choices. Mm-hmm. I can't be the only person who loves color. Yeah. And so I also knew too, is like if I was going to basically live in my store, mm-hmm. because I was gonna commit to being open retail hours, that I wanted a place that made me feel happy. And yes. like color and pattern does that for me. Mm-hmm. It definitely brings a smile to my face.
Well, we also live in the Pacific Northwest where it's dreary, right?
Yeah.
So I am an all black person, black and gray, right? But I have been venturing. So I got like my pink. I feel very Barbie dollish. Like I'm not girly, but I'm embracing it, right? I got my new lipstick stuff going on. I'm feeling really cool about myself. This is about the biggest splash of color I've done. But it's funny because I've done So like you, and then of course there's Sparkle, but there's Create Hair Salon, which is the same. It's tons of color, so fun. And the shift mentally when you walk into a place like that, I can tell, I can feel. So I'm embracing more color in my life.
And that's the thing. It's like, it may not be for you, and that's fine. But if it like brings a smile to your face or makes you laugh, or like, you know, it inspires you to try something colorful, I think that those are all like valuable points. But yeah, the Pacific Northwest is so gray and so like bland that I was just like, the store cannot like have that same vibe.
Yes, definitely. So your store is not just filled with clothes.
No.
There's a lot of fun, cool things in here.
There are.
Anything that is like your specialty that you're known for?
Okay.
As I look at a book that says, my badge.
Okay. So I actually get questioned about like that a lot. So like, we started carrying sex toys and paraphernalia and lingerie, like size inclusive lingerie, because it just became one of these things where like the boutique has kind of evolved from like being just clothing and accessories to like me thinking more holistically.
Yes.
Like, what are our experiences as a woman? What is something that like we need? And for me, it was just like normalizing sex. It was normalizing female pleasure. It was normalizing like feeling good in our bodies. Like, those were the things that I really wanted to kind of hit on. And so like I started bringing in sex toys, and I noticed that like a lot of people were coming to me and just like asking me questions. If someone can come to me and be like, hey, it's been a while, or hey, I'm divorced, or hey, like I'm still trying to get to know myself, like, what do you recommend? Like, I feel like I'm a valuable source in that arena.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm not going to push something that, one, I haven't tried, because I try all the sex toys, right? I try all the sex toys. I can tell you my experience. And just the fact that, like, it's in a non-intimidating environment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when you can open up the conversation there in an environment that feels safe, that feels comfortable, like, that to me feels like open.
Yes.
And, you know, just for me too, is like, because we're not commission based, like, our opinions are true and real.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't dress someone if I wouldn't wear it myself. And so for me, it's just like having that approachability.
You have such a similarity to, well, Jen at Urban Sprout. She's like, what? No. But just, I think, kind of the way you view your customers, and that's probably why you have such a loyal following as well. Because, you know, with Jen, she's like, I don't want you to have to keep coming back every 3 months to buy a plant. Right? I want you to come back. Well, I want you to come back to buy more plants, not to replace the plant that died. We're talking about the quality of, you know, her plants versus just going to, you know, a box store. And so I kind of feel like it's the same thing with what you were saying, like here, of not being commission based, wanting just to make sure it's the best experience for your clientele, and, you know, have them keep coming back, you know. Or, again, buy like, I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know your price range, right, on things, right? But like one quality item that they can use and wear over and over again versus, you know, the $5 shirts that you buy 12 of and you don't love. It doesn't make you feel great. And that person having that one experience of that one outfit that just rocked it for them. And then they obviously tell other people, and it's a trickle effect.
So, I mean, like, our price point, like, nothing in here is over $125.
Okay.
And that $125 item might be like a real leather boot. You know, I would say our medium price range is probably around $50.
Okay.
And so for me, I wanted to have like an accessible boutique.
Yes.
A lot of boutiques that I went into, it was like everything at that $100 mark.
Right.
And for me, I was just like, that's not approachable. It's not inclusive. And yeah, quality. I mean, like, this dress, like, is from last year, and I'm going to wear it until the day I die. Like, and the day that this dress dies, I'm probably going to fix it.
Right.
So I'm probably going to sew it and fix it, because I want people to buy clothing that they wear and that they love. Like, I get no joy in having someone buy something from me and it sits in their closet.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to see my shirt when I'm going to buy toilet paper at Target. I don't want to know that like you've never worn it or that the tags are still attached. Like a little part of my soul dies when I hear that.
Well, you know, I just thought this too. We don't really have boutiques. So I lived in California for a year. And there's a lot of stores like this down there. And I don't know if it's weather, a lot of more outdoor shopping and stuff like that. And sometimes you'd find something affordable. But for the most part, right, it was more high end. You think as a consumer, right, you're like, okay, it's a small shop, probably not on sale ever. And it's not, you know, Macy's where if you buy something not on sale, you're an idiot, right? 'Cause it's always on sale.
Yeah.
It's marked up to be on sale. But it's nice to be able to come into a place and know, okay, it doesn't matter if it's on sale or not. It's prices that I can afford. I can get a couple items without breaking the bank and stuff.
Yep.
I really want to go shopping after this. I know you're not open today, but I keep looking. Like I'm really inspired. Tawny's getting me to like start sewing. Jen's getting me into plants. I'm sober, so for generals, it doesn't matter. I can't drink the beer anyways, but recommend it for other people. But now I want to shop. I'm going to come in here and you're like, too much color. Like, wow, calm down, Turbo. Okay, so tell me a little bit about you. You got 6 kids.
Uh-huh.
What are the ranges? What made you do that?
Okay, so Tyler is 16, Aspen is 11, Esme is 10, Beckett is 8, Everest is 7, and Noelle is 5.
Those are fantastic names, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you rocked the child name category.
So my husband and I both came from big families. We both just really wanted a big family. Our definition of big changed throughout the years. Like at first I thought 3 was big, and then it just kind of like tumbled into 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I always wanted 4, but I'm a late bloomer in all things in life. So I have 1, and now I'm 42 in August. So such is life.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, my scary number was 8. I mean, the pandemic was like natural birth control for me. I was just like, nope, 6 is enough.
Yeah.
Like this was so hard. Like, I'm good.
Yes, I can only imagine. Oh my goodness. But they're also spaced out, I think, well, too. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, except it just keeps going and going and going for the rest of life. But do you guys live in Renton?
We do.
Okay. What area?
We live near the Cascade area.
Oh,
so
me too.
Yeah.
Were you born in Renton?
No, I actually grew up in Pennsylvania and went to college in Ohio and then met my husband. And it was just like, first date, he was like, I just want to let you know, I eventually want to move to Seattle. And I was just like this young, dumb girl in love and was like, okay.
Sign me up.
We actually came out here for 2 weeks and like did this like grand tour and like did all the Seattle things, and I ended up loving it. And so I was like, I love this man, I love this place, like let's move here and have babies. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Fast forward, now you're here. Obviously, you live in Renton. I'm assuming that, your kids are super involved in school and sports and all that stuff, so that made sense to come down here and have a storefront.
It was either going to be in downtown Renton or it just wasn't going to come to life. Just because I knew how like active this front street was. I knew how like Renton is like such a rally, and like they rally around small businesses, and I just knew that like I didn't want to commute. I wanted to stay in my hometown. I wanted to meet like local women, like women who I could see at the grocery store, you know what I mean, or who lived in my neighborhood. And so it was Renton or nothing.
Yeah, Renton or bust.
Yeah, Renton or bust. See ya.
Yeah, well, you guys, again, it's been a group effort for the whole strip. But I feel like when Boona Boona and then you guys came in, this whole building just transformed. The outside just aesthetically looks so great. And then now the market next door, unrecognizable from what it used to be. So I think that's awesome. And that you just nailed it on the head with the community support that local Renton businesses get. Is, I say it all the time, but I'm like, I guess I don't really go to other cities, so how do I know? But it feels like it's very special, very unique, and everyone's creating something together and supporting each other is just so cool. And that's why I love doing this. You ask me off camera, like, why do you do this? I'm like, well, there was one reason of why I started, but now it's just because you guys are all so cool. I just want to be cool with you, right? Like, I want a storefront down here so bad for my real estate biz, but it doesn't make any sense because I'm at Windermere in the Highlands. So it's like, why would I do that? But I just want to. I'm like, let me be part of the cool club.
Well, that is one of the cool things about like this whole strip too, is there are so many like women-owned businesses that I was just like, you want to know what? Like, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, like there's Jenna Urban Sprouts, there's Holly at the Pencil Test, Rochelle at Sparkle, like Tawny at Wildwood. Like, I was just like, yeah, it is like a group of badass women down here.
Really
like,
is.
Super inspirational.
But it's cool because, so just besides this, you guys really collaborate a lot and do like fun events and just, again, really support each other. I mean, if I hear one more time in an interview, oh, well, every morning we go there for breakfast and then we go down there and then we're doing this and we're doing that. And it's just, yeah.
No,
very cool
it is
community.
very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like I've made some of my best friends, like, just by opening the store, which has been awesome.
That's great. Okay, well, let's just wrap it up. We talk about this, obviously, throughout the interview, but favorite places to shop, favorite places to eat in Renton. Is there something that's not on the main strip that's your hidden gem that you love? I mean, we just wrapped up Best of Renton, so did you vote for anybody on there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I voted for all of my favorites, but I'm trying to think of, like, my hidden gem.
Yeah, the hidden gem.
For Indian food, I love Himalayan Cafe. It's right down by Target. Like, my husband and I go there often.
Okay.
I really like it there. Oh, no, by IKEA. I'm sorry. Himalayan Cafe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
By IKEA. It's in that, like, strip.
Yep.
We love that place. I mean, the problem is like, once you're downtown Renton, like, you go to like all of these places.
Right.
Every time I need a drink, I'm like Rain City. Every time I like need a cute gift or a plant or a pick-me-up, I go to Urban Sprouts. Every time I want to like sew my daughter a dress for school, I go to Tawny. You know, so it is kind of one of those things where it's like, once you have a small business, you're like, yeah, I want to support as many small businesses as I can, because I want those small businesses to stay in business.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. So I get like all of my meditation cushions and like things like that from Four Sisters. Like I'm stuck in. But as for favorites in Renton, my 16-year-old son is learning to drive and he's like, why would we need to leave Renton? I don't need to learn to drive on the highway. And I'm like, it's totally true. You like barely see me driving on the highway.
Yeah.
I have little highway driving experience because I rarely leave our town.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. So. Well, this was so fun. I feel like, honestly, I could just keep chatting with you. Like, we should do a part 2 because I feel like I barely like even scratched the surface. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back next time. Have a great day. Dude, this was literally the funnest interview I've ever.